Hey, what's up? Welcome to VS Godrollhunting. In this episode we are reviewing a sudden death reworked in Season of the Lost. This Arcus shotgun was introduced with the vanilla version of Destiny 2 and received a rework in Season 15. It is obtainable by completing encounters in the Prophecy Dungeon and drops from the final boss chest. With the aggressive frame archetype and settled on the energy slot, this shotgun ranks alongside the Arcus Found Verdict and the ritual weapon Felwinter's Lie. Basestat comparison shows that the Found Verdict has overall the best base stats. Sudden Death lies in a solid mid area followed by the Felwinter's Lie. Also the perk comparison shows that the Found Verdict can overperform, especially since there is the possibility to equip adept mods. Both the Found Verdict and the Felwinter have the PvP relevant opening shot perk, while a Sudden Death has the snapshot sight perk. Each of those shotguns have surplus, and since the Felwinter's is a ritual weapon, the perk pool is restricted. But the perks are great and it's the easiest way to get a good aggressive frame shotgun. Of course, a Godrolled, a Sudden Death or Found Verdict with similar perks will be better. Summarized, the Sudden Death can certainly not reach the high status of a Godroll Found Verdict time lost. But with surplus and elemental capacitor, it clearly can come very close to it. Additionally, this shotgun is relatively easy to grind in the Prophecy Dungeon. The remake of a Sudden Death is well executed and also provides good PvE and a 1-2 punch roll. Of course, the main focus lies in PvP. Let's have a look at PvE rolls. A nice roll consists of Corkscrew Rifling, Assault Mag, Surplus and Frenzy. Corkscrew Rifling will improve range, stability and handling by a bit. Assault Mag will increase fire rate to 60 RPM and improve stability. Surplus on the third row is a highly recommended perk for each activity and will improve stability, handling and reload speed for each active ability. Frenzy will improve weapon damage, handling and reload speed after 112 seconds in combat. The ability Focus Substitute can be Wellspring, which will charge all abilities on defeats. Also Slide Shot on the third row, which will partially load the magazine and increase range and stability on sliding. The Minor Spec mod is a useful addition and will improve weapon damage against regular combatants. Another highly recommended PvE role can use Smartboard Tactical Mag in combination with the Threat Detector and Surrounded perk. Smartboard will both increase range and stability. Tactical Mag will increase magazine size to 5 and buff stability and reload speed. Threat Detector and Surrounded build a great harmony. Threat Detector will highly improve base stats if around multiple enemies, and Surrounded will increase weapon damage if 3 or more enemies are in close proximity. Throw will unleash its full potential in crowded and enemy dense situations. The Surrounded Spec mod will additionally buff the weapon damage of Surrounded to 40%. Now let's look at endgame. The most suited endgame role consists of Full Shock, Assault Mag, Slide Shot and 1-2 punch. Full Shock and 1-2 punch harmonizing very well together. Full Shock will reduce the pellet spread if one is aiming down sight, and 1-2 punch will increase melee damage if every pellet of a shot hits the enemy. Assault Mag will grant a higher fire rate and increase stability, and Slide Shot will improve range, stability and partially load the magazine on sliding. The Major Spec mod can be applied to increase damage against champions and major enemy types. Now let's have a look at great PvP variants. The best perk combination with Full Shock is Snapshot Sight. While Full Shock will reduce pellet strap when aiming down sight, Snapshot Sight will highly increase aim down speed. Especially in PvP, a range improvement with accurate rounds is appreciated, and Surplus will grant a base stat bonus for each active ability. The Sprint Creep mod will increase aim down speed and ready speed after sprinting and has a high usability. Same equivalent of this role can use Marlboro instead, which will increase range and stability. Instead of Surplus, Slide Shot is also a valid option, which will provide range and stability and partially load the magazine on sliding. A stat maximization with PvP purpose can be accomplished with Elemental Capacitor and Surplus. Especially the Void and Arclus Surplus will profit from this role in PvP. Elemental Capacitor will highly provide the stat bonus depending on the active subclass. Void subclass will improve stability, Arcus handling, Solar reload speed, and the Stasis subclass will improve the recoil. The same role with Elemental Capacitor has this stat distribution. The low handling is because of Rifled Barrel, which will maximize range without a high pellet spread but will decrease handling. Alternatives on the fourth row can be Wellspring. It is not optimal but will charge the abilities on defeats. This is a good synergy with Surplus to faster proc its benefits. Light Mag is a solid alternative to aqueous rounds and will slightly improve range and reload speed, and Threat Detector is a valid option on the third row and will also buff the base stats depending on how much enemies are in proximity. The Acro Script mod can be equipped to improve airborne accuracy. And also a Assault Mag variant can be recommended. Assault Mag will buff the fire rate and improve stability. Good synergy would be Slide Shot, which will buff range and stability and partially load the magazine on sliding. What is your opinion and which roles would you prefer? Leave your opinion in chat while I'm live on Twitch or YouTube, or simply post a comment. If you would like to gain full access to all displayed media and artworks, you can join our gaming focused Discord community. All links are down in the description. Thank you for tuning in, and please support me by liking, sharing and subscribing. And please check out my socials for the latest updates. Have a good one.